Hey guys, Trigger John coming at you with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Now today's video, you will notice that I am currently on our boy Rain's account. Like I said before in another video, he is currently overseas and deployed, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on his account. Because of this, I'm basically just running his account as much as I possibly can, trying to farm him as much gear throughout the day as I can, while also focusing on my own account and my own job. So it's been a little crazy, a little hectic. But what happened here is we finally hit the material or the gear cap here. So you'll notice that it actually let me go like 50 over, which is kind of funny when doing 10 battles. I thought it would have made me stop, but I was just gonna keep going, and so I couldn't. So now is the time where I need to start going through these. Now, I have made videos in the past where I have talked about, okay, this is the kind of gear you need to hold on to, and these are the stats that you need to look for on gear. However, I know we did a tier 1, we did a tier 2, we did a tier 3, but I want to make just a quick short bridged video here for you, because we have this event, the amazing event coming up here with this Giarni event, or Giarno, the new character event. And I want you guys to be able to take full advancement of this, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you go ahead and you do a lot of your gear cleansing now versus later. So that's what this video is going to be about, and hopefully this helps you with really determining what you need to do on your account. All right, so like I said, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a quick breakdown of how to quickly manage your gear. And some of you won't need to do this as in depth as what I needed to be doing on this account or on my own account, right? A lot of you are just going to need a couple of quick picks, choosy here and there, and kind of just go from there. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's just do this by sets, okay? Because I know everyone needs a little bit of encouragement as far as if one set prioritizes another set, what the case may be. I have a video on my main channel, you may want to go check it out, Trigger Happy John, where I actually have a sets tier list video, and I have this also plugged on the choflyelite.com/Awaken Chaos Era tab, and you can always see both of those charts. That'll give you a tier list for the characters as well as a set list. The tier list upgrade will be coming probably at the end of this week. I will have that updated, and you will get a new video releasing talking about it. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about a set that I know a lot of you are curious about, which is going to be Warrior, and another set which is going to be Avarice. So let's start with the Warrior set. What you're looking for here is you want to kind of filter these out. So Warrior set, you know, the set bonus is the plus 15% attack. This is a 2-piece set, which is great. You can see that with the 1 out of 2. Now sets aren't better than stats. Stats always are better than sets, and that's kind of just flat how it is. However, when you get to an in-game account, some stats you don't want to prioritize on certain sets. Say, for example, I have warrior pieces here that have HP and defensive bonus. Chances are I'm not really going to use these. Now you will notice that I don't have these type of pieces because I'm on the all tab up here on the top left, and it's on the set HP defense is selected. Now if I go just to HP, these are going to be pieces that only have the HP on them. And if I were to go to, say, the crit rate here, these will only be pieces that have like the crit rate here, and they don't have all those other stats, but they do have flat stats. So you have a couple of different ways that you can handle this situation. What I personally like to do is I like to go through, and like to pick what set I'm going to go through and figure out what stats I really want to look for on those. For example, warrior sets are going to be very, very impactful to have with crit rate and crit damage. Now, you don't always have to have crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, or speed are usually all going to be stats that you want to see on a warrior piece of set of gear. Now, you will notice these are all locked pieces of gear, and that's because they have the crit rate, crit damage on them, as well as, you know, a flat stat in this case. Now, these kind of pieces are pieces that you're going to want to roll up, and you don't want to spend a whole lot of resources on them because they have flat stats. So other than this one here, which is totally fine to roll up because it's crit rate, crit damage, and a percent health. The reason why I say flat stats are so bad is because there's actually more of a weighted chance that your stats will roll onto a flat than they will on a percent. So for example, if I roll this one here, I have more chance that this is going to roll onto the flat attack than I do on the crit rate, crit damage. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to roll this only up to 6. I do not advise you to roll these any further than 6, because at level 6 you're going to get 2 rolls into it out of 5, and at that point you'll know if it's going to be a good one or if it's going to be a waste. In this case, we rolled focus and we rolled 1 into crit rate. Crit rate has a multiplier of 8 as the max that you can get for crit rate. Crit damage is 10, so that means for 2 rolls of crit rate, the total is 16. We got 12. So if you were to do some really quick math here, you take the 12 and you divide it by 16, and this means that you rolled about 75% of the possible crit rate bonus here, which is pretty good. I would say you go ahead and keep this. Focus is something that a whole lot of characters aren't necessarily using a lot of focus, but characters like Imogen, Jacob, for example, Scarlet, they all do need focus on their kits. So having pieces here that have crit rate, crit damage, and focus are going to be a plus. So we'll go ahead and keep this. But notice we only rolled it up to 6. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. Let's go filter in some sets that maybe aren't locked. So for example, I'm not sure why this one isn't locked. Oh, it's because it's got attack percentage and defense. So this is actually just going to be a scrap piece of gear. And it's also HP percentage. So that's why this one isn't locked. So this is one of those pieces where even though it's HP percent main here, you're not going to use this on a whole lot of characters because HP percent is not something that's going to stack super impactful on like your nukers. You're not going to necessarily use the HP percent main stat, so to speak. But it was probably kept because it had the attack percentage on it. Now, if I were to go, say, into the Avarice set here, which is going to have the same type of properties, you're going to find that I have not locked any of the new Avarice sets that I've found. So having pieces of gear like this that are attack percent and defensive percent, or attack percent and like crit rate are great, other than notice this is a health percent one and it has 2 flat stats. So this is going to be trash. So we would use this as fodder. Now, what piece are we use it into fodder as? We don't know. What we're going to look for here and what we're going to sort for is we want to go through each individual piece and determine if it's going to be worth our time and investing. I typically like to do this by set, and I usually come up here and select them all. That way I can go through them because they all have the same type of properties. This is an Avarice set, which is a damage set, right? Your set bonus is 50% damage over an AoE attack. So I typically like to go and do crit rate percent, attack percent, and then I'll go crit damage percent, attack percent, and then I'll go crit rate, crit damage. You guys, I'm sure you guys kind of get the picture now. We're focusing only on the attack portion of this, and I like to do this in reverse order where I lock everything of that set, because then it gives me a good idea, okay, of what pieces I have that are great out there and they're locked. So that way when I go to roll them all, I can see exactly what my chances of rolling such a great piece of gear are, because I've already determined that this could be potentially. So like this one right here is a resistance other stat, but it's percentage. So this one could potentially roll good. So we go ahead and we lock it. Notice the other pieces I've left unlocked because there's a good chance that I will never use them. So same with this hood. There's a good chance that could be used. That one, I don't like the flat stat there. We'll go ahead and lock it. We'll roll it up to 6, but chances are that'd be trash. Same thing with this here. When we get down to the amulets, now these get a little tricky because it says crit rate, crit damage, speed, and resistance. These stats are very, very good. However, it's HP percent main, and chances are I'll never use this on an Avarice set. I'm going to go ahead and lock it just in case for some reason it rolls like God tier on the crit rate, which I doubt it because it's already a 5 out of 8. And when I say 5 out of 8, that means that it's actually using, out of the probability of it rolling good, it's already down to the lower 60 percentile. So chances of this rolling better, there's very slim to none, but we'll go ahead and we'll keep it for right this second. Now notice this one over here, this ring is an HP percentage. It's gonna be similar to the same thing, where you're not gonna use a whole lot of it, and there's not a whole lot of characters out there that synergize with HP as far as for damage wise, that need crit rate and crit damage. So this would also be a pass on this Avarice set piece here. Now, if we move forward here, we also have the this one here is attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, all the stats you want, other than it does have that flat defense. We'll go ahead and we'll keep it for right this second. But these are the kind of decisions you like to do, is you like to go through here, see what your options really are, if they are worth it or not. Like this is a defensive percentage, so it's going to be trash. Defensive percentage, once again, so it's going to be trash, because unfortunately you just can't use a whole lot of it. Now this is HP percent with crit rate, crit damage, and speed, so this one could definitely potentially become something. And blues are generally left out of the equation, but we'll go ahead and we'll keep this one and we'll roll to 6, and maybe it'll be the good example as to why I leave blues out of the equation and we automatically stack them. Now, the reason why we're talking about any of this topic is because you will notice as we have these charms up here, we're going to have even more charms, or the possibility to get more charms once that new event starts dropping, which is going to be dropping very soon. So this didn't actually keep to the mold here. I figured we would roll another stat that would not be a percent stat. This one rolled okay. However, if we rolled to another 6, this may roll and unlock two other stat, or another stat, which would be really bad in this case. But let's go see if we have sacked enough. We have not sacked enough material or enough pieces of gear quite yet. Oh, we need 22 more. Okay, let's go do the 22 more for us. But let's go do this, and that way we have a better understanding of what we're really dealing with, and then I can show you guys the exact example of what it's like to go through and pick out what kind of gear you're going to want to use, because with this new event coming, you're going to obviously be farming a lot and you're going to get a lot of charms. So you want to make sure that you're farming the gear that corresponds with what you want to level up and what stats are going to be super impactful when you level them up, right? So let's see, attack percentage here. These ones here, I don't like the defensive percent, but they are a attack main, and we can go ahead and we can probably upgrade those, or a raider set as well. So let's just upgrade those, because we need to get rid of some pieces of gear here, and it takes approximately I want to say it's 12 pieces of gear. Yep, 12 pieces of gear to upgrade it, as far as 12 6s. Okay, and that went both crit rate, crit damage. That's perfect. So we need to upgrade one more piece to kind of get into showing you the event, because the event that we're going to be unlocking, you're going to see that you can get a lot of resources out of it, and it's going to be definitely worth your time to go ahead and play this event that's coming. And that's kind of the point of this video, is to do a quick gear cleanse and talk about why you do a gear cleanse like this one right here. This rolled a flat defense on a 6 roll, and that's now trash. We're just going to get rid of this completely. We're going to unlock it. Oh, we never locked it, so that's perfect. So now we don't have to worry about it because it's trash. That also gave us just enough to where we can go into this event now. And I can show you that currently the stage drops XP jelly in gold. Now tomorrow it should unlock part of this to where it will unlock where you can actually get I think charms was the way rotation that it did before. Was the second day was a base charm, the third day was back to another resource, I think maybe gold or XP or something, and then it went back to charms again. So definitely stay tuned. I'll try to do a video each day of this release, but as of right now, I want you guys to be aware that you need to be going through your gear and getting ready to get all these charms, because once you get all these material charms here, then you can kind of go through and you can do a proper gear cleanse on your account that's going to really help you out in the long run. And trust me when I tell you, coming from an in-game account, being prepared and having your gear cleansed is super impactful on your account. It makes it really easy to decide what kind of content you can and or can't do. And like I said, if you guys need exact detailed guides of every single piece of gear and what you're looking for on everything, go to my main channel, Trigger Happy John. I have the videos. I have 3 different videos of a beginner, a mid-tier, and an in-game gear cleanse videos. Definitely go check them out. I'll try to link them as far as like cards in the upper right details as well, so that you can just click on that link and go there. But yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Please make sure you like and subscribe, especially on this new channel. I will be doing the free gym giveaway tomorrow at some point in time, probably tomorrow night. I'll go ahead and get that drawn and get that announced, so that way people can get in contact with me to get their free code. So have a good rest of your day. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.